this morning to the grand opening of the University of Arkansas new professionals building here on this campus. And we are so thrilled that you are here. We are thankful for all the people who have come today. And we do want to acknowledge a few, and there's so many heads, I know that I'm going to miss some. But I do want to introduce the senator, our senator at the Arkansas level, Jimmy Hickey. Stand up, Jimmy, wave. Our representative, Chrissy Hickerson, and I just see a hand and she's too short. Somebody lift her up. We have our mayor from Texarkana, Texas, Bob Brueggemann. He and I are joined at the hip these days. We have several of our board of directors members here. Those of you who are here, would you please raise your hand? I saw Alan Wren, I saw Lainey Harris, the assistant mayor, I saw Sue Johnson, Barbara Miner. Have I missed anyone? Travis Odom is here. So we have practically our entire board. And I see some people who are here from the Texas side. So if I've overlooked anyone, please forgive me. We're just so excited to have the University of Arkansas at our front door, at our I-30 front door, to this great facility. How magnificent is this? Now, as we work to grow our city and to improve, I realize that an important ingredient of that growth is going to be education. And how better to celebrate than to have this grand opening of this new and improved campus. We are elated to have this, and we are celebrating today the growth of this campus. Now, to come to us and to share the vision for the future of this campus and to talk about the addition of this facility here is the Chancellor of U of A, Texarkana, Chris Thomason.
Good morning. I'm sorry we're all packed in here, but we thought you'd rather be packed in here and warm than freezing outside. So I hope I take credit for a good decision. Actually, Jill's the one that made the last minute decision, so Jill Bobo here. You know, I do, on behalf of the entire UA Hope Texarkana family, want to welcome you to this wonderful event. To steal some of the words of one of our board members, the UAHT Board of Visitors, this is certainly a red letter day for Texarkana. I'm just so pleased personally that those red letters are red U of A letters on the outside of this building, and I hope that all of y'all are pleased as well. It's also a red letter day for the University of Arkansas Texarkana campus too. It's actually a red letter start to the year. You know, it was just a couple weeks ago that all the great faculty and staff who've worked so hard to make this event happen today on this campus and our Hope campus as well, welcomed the largest spring enrolling class on this campus since we began the campus. That's a pretty big deal. You see what's I think we've started something pretty cool out here, because just last week we were welcoming our family friends in UAMS and UAMS Southwest to the UA Way neighborhood, just right next door to us, and we're so glad now that you see another asset of the University of Arkansas system right here in Texarkana on U of A Way. But you know, today we're getting to celebrate one of the most, if not the most significant steps of UA Texarkana in its service not only to students in Miller County, in Texarkana, and the entire I-30 economic corridor, but to all of our business and industry partners as well. Today is the most significant step forward that we've taken since our creation. Now, so for us to really appreciate what we've all did out here on U of A Way together, I think for just a moment, very quickly, I want to look back to November the 30th, 2011. Our group, a little larger than this, actually almost in the same exact spot as we stand today under a big tent, was there that day celebrating and signing the last piece of steel that was going on the campus center right across the parking lot. We are also celebrating that day the creation of a new University of Arkansas campus in the University of Arkansas at Texarkana. Now I said that day, I'm going to quote me exactly, because boy, I know how much I hate to be misquoted. I'm going to quote what I said that day exactly. I said on that day as we gathered, quote, "You will all see the dividends of your support of this institution in the faces of family and friends who will be offered opportunity to change their lives and their community through education. Together we will grow this campus, create even greater access to education, and strengthen our future opportunities." So today, together, we're doing more than cutting a ribbon on the UA Texarkana Professions Building. We're making good on that commitment to change not just our people, but our community through education. And we've done it in less than four and a half years. The transformation has been tremendous. In that time, in that short period of time, since we began this campus, all of us together have congratulated our first graduates from UA Texarkana already. We have seen the number of our Miller County residents attending at our campus since 2011 grow by 396% to almost 500 students. We have welcomed growth of over 180% in our students from Bowie County, Texas as well. Just this semester, we've seen almost a 20% growth from spring to spring on this campus, making it, as I said, the largest enrollment that we've had to date. Our partnerships with Arkansas High, Falk, and Genoa allowed for high school students, almost 200 of them last semester alone, to get a jump start on their college education. And as I mentioned just a moment ago, you've seen the University of Arkansas system come and make and show how strong their commitment is to Texarkana, Miller County, and all of Southwest Arkansas for not just this campus, but the UALR Texarkana campus that was just created, which you'll get to visit with some folks in just a little while about that. Also, you've seen it through the UAMS Southwest inclusion on U of A Way here, and not last but certainly not least, the introduction of eVersity, which was designed to specifically serve folks just like us here in Southwest Arkansas. So that's the type of impact I think that we all hoped and dreamed we would have when we started UA Texarkana back in 2012. The student demand has been there, the numbers show that. We're so blessed to get to serve so many of our students. But we couldn't have done all we've done nearly as well as we've done it if it hadn't been the support from so many from across so many areas. We couldn't have created the campus, we couldn't have nurtured its growth, and we couldn't be expanding our service today without the committed, dedicated support of so many. I can't name them all like the mayor said, but there are a few that have basically made their daily work our success, and I would like to point those folks out for you today. As the mayor said and introduced, the City of Texarkana, Arkansas Board, it's amazing to have such a great working partner that has such a progressive view about the future of Arkansas, and they've been so supportive for us. City Manager Kenny Haskins, I know he's in here somewhere. He's probably standing next to a tall guy, like we were saying when we get away, Kenny. Mayor, he's the one that's been joined at my hip. And all I can say is energy and vision. I appreciate both, because sometimes I get tired and sometimes I get a little narrow view whenever we're working. So Kenny's been such a great help. I want to personally thank all the city employees of Texarkana, Arkansas, from everyone from the fire to the police to City Hall, everyone. It's not, you don't just make these buildings pop up. You need a lot of help, and they've gone above and beyond. I see Chief Harrison is here. Chief, thank you so much for your brave men and women. They help us every day in so many ways. Sheriff Stovall is here as well. I want to thank Sheriff Stovall. Again, he's gone above and beyond and making sure we're okay. The Four States Fairgrounds, I'm just going to say them by name because they know they bailed us out a couple times, and I really not want to talk about that right now. It's a little embarrassing. Arkansas High School District, I hope you're here. Texarkana, Arkansas School District, specifically Arkansas High. Like I said, a great visionary partner. The best is yet to come, folks. Their Superintendent Kessler and her entire staff, they too have a vision for the future, and they're willing to dream with us, and we appreciate that very much. And I think you're going to see the benefit for their students, Falk and Genoa, as well. They do tremendous work on educating our bright future, and they allow us to partner with them. Congressman Westerman, I think, who just slipped in. I'm sorry, Congressman, that we had you held up in traffic. I apologize. That's on me. Should have cleared that out for you. Congressman Westerman's been here more than once, and that's pretty good to say about your congressman. He cares about economic development, and he understands how important this institution is to the development in the 4th Congressional District. Our UA Hope Texarkana Board of Visitors, if you would wave for everybody. We've got several of you here, as well as our UA Hope Texarkana Foundation Board. They provide more than just financial support and leadership. They provide emotional support to our faculty and staff. Trustee John Goodson, he's going to say a few words in just a moment, on the University of Arkansas Board of Trustees. It is such a huge advantage and benefit, not just to have a member from Texarkana on that board, but one who is so committed personally, almost every day committed to it. Trust me, I get the phone calls, to making sure that we're doing the things that we need to be doing on both of our campuses. The system office, like I said, has provided so much energy and growth here, and that's led by President Don Bobbitt, who's going to be with us here in a moment. His first job as president, I've said this before, his first meeting of the board was to approve the purchase of this property and to help us create the campus at UA Texarkana. So he has been a huge asset to our growth. Representative Prissy Hickerson, man, we're butchering her name front and back. I apologize. I've got approval. She's our little firecracker, my little firecracker. I can't, she goes to bat for us every time. We do a lot of, people ask me, well, how much are you on the Hope campus? How much are you on the Texarkana campus? And I say, well, I'm not in Little Rock. And it's always a blessing to have Prissy there in Little Rock working with us. We're going to miss you, Prissy, but we thank you so much for your service, and we look forward to the remainder of your service. Thank you. A lot of the community enhancements that you see in this building and you will see on the campus, where our community will enjoy the facility even more and can use this even more, and more important than that, the safety enhancements that you're going to see on our campus to help our good law enforcement partners keep our campus family safe are because of Prissy's support, and we appreciate that very much. All right, real quickly, or maybe not so quickly, let's talk about Senator Jimmy Hickey. An old friend of mine told me once that if you're in someone's political district, that you never say anything bad about them. So sometimes you just can't say anything at all. This is definitely not one of those circumstances, and I'm not over-exaggerating here like some lawyers tend to do on occasion. I'm being as honest as I can be about this. Senator Hickey's leadership, I mean, we have read about him in the paper on occasion, being at the forefront of so many issues that are facing higher education, from funding from all types of sources to testing and all those things. I can tell you without a doubt, to have immediate and constant access to Senator Hickey and have his ear to talk about issues, and he always wants to know, how's this statewide policy going to impact UA Texarkana? And how's that going to impact the students, the success of our students? He's always got that open ear. But even more important than that, he cares about business and industry, and he understands that one of the things our campus does best is support economic growth, and we do that through our great programs, T&I programs. And I talked to him about the issue we had on this campus, and he heard me. And what he did was provide the leadership and the funding that we can move our campus forward a decade probably. If it were not for Senator Hickey's leadership, I'm not exaggerating, we would not have the Professions building, we would not be cutting the ribbon for this building. Now, it's not just a shiny new building that he helped us through his leadership with. What this building allows us to do is it allows us to grow the space, or add space to grow the UALR Texarkana partnership as they add bachelor's degree programs. It has allowed us to bring our world-class T&I programs to this campus, even new programs like residential and commercial facilities management, transportation and logistics. Even better, we're now going to, for our first time, be able to bring our nursing programs here, both the PM program and the PN to RN program. You're going to see our emergency medical services, our EMTs and our paramedics in the future coming. If you've not seen our simulator, Blue and You, I know you're here somewhere. Thank you so much. You want to see how partnerships change, how they change the face of the community and change educational opportunity? Go check out the coolest ambulance simulator you're going to see in the state of Arkansas. It's on the second floor. So we're going to be able to expand to our core mission. So not only will we have general education, we're going to have our world-class technical and industrial programs here as well. So we'll serve every possible need of our students going forward, and more important than that, we'll grow a stronger Southwest Arkansas. So that shows you what one senator can do, and especially when he's our senator. So thank you very much. So with those words, I'd like at this time to introduce our trustee, Mr. John Goodson.
First, thank everyone for coming out on this cold day to show support for what this wonderful facility we have out here today. I'm going to break protocol, and I want to talk about the people that made this happen. I think the first person that would be, we need to visit with about is Chris Thompson. It was his vision to come over here and open up this campus. And he couldn't have been successful without the leadership and the guidance of our president, Don Bobbitt. And I want to thank you, Mr. President, for that commitment. And as we went down this path of developing both of these facilities out here, we always had the support of the UACCH Board of Visitors and their foundation. And we greatly appreciate that. And so, as I step away from the podium, I want to express my heartfelt appreciation for both of you gentlemen and the board of UACCH. Thank you very much.
Now, if you would allow me to introduce Senator Jimmy Hickey.
Well, I think I received more recognition than I wanted. I sat down last night at the kitchen table about 8:30 to scratch out a few words to say. I guess what I'd like to say is this. You know, I guess somebody the other day asked me what the hardest part about being a politician was since I went into politics, and I said, well, I found that none of it's easy. But I guess the hardest part for me is maybe you have to be a self-promoter sometime, and I totally despise that, and also accepting recognition. It's just a very hard thing for me to do because I feel like that's just part of my job that you put me here to do. It's also very hard, especially in this particular case, because the truth of the matter is this. Chancellor Thompson, the board of directors, the trustees of the system, the employees, the stakeholders, they're the ones that had the vision for this project years and years ago. This did not happen in a month. This did not happen in 2 months. This didn't happen in one legislative session. They had the vision, like I say, decades ago, and they had to nourish that to get it to where it is. And with that, I think that we ought to give every one of them a hand, a meaningful hand, because like I say, with that, I want to tell you a very, very quick story. A lot of you know that I retired from a bank, a local bank here, after I'd worked there for 25 years. 31 years ago when I started there, I became good friends with the owner of the bank, a gentleman by the name of George Peck. For whatever reason, Mr. Peck took a liking to me, and him and I traveled all over Arkansas together. I was able to get a vast knowledge of business affairs that a lot of people my age would not have been able to do. Well, Mr. Peck, he believed that there was 2 places in Arkansas that had great potential for growth. One was Hot Springs, Arkansas. The other was Southwest Arkansas, basically with Texarkana at its epicenter, and basically branch out 30 miles from here. He had that vision because of basically 3 factors. The first factor, of course, was just our geographical location, that we were basically located with the proximity to the Gulf and in the travel route to the other major cities. The other thing is because our abundance of water that we have here. Not only our potable water, but also our water that we would have for irrigation and industry. The third thing that he believed that made us so special was the interstate highway. And at that time, all we had was I-30. And of course, now we have I-49, thanks to a lot of individuals that also had the foresight to have that here. And it extends through here. I can promise you Congressman Westerman over here understands the need to finish that through the state of Arkansas. So it's basically nothing that you have to tell him because he already knows that. One of my favorite sayings that Mr. Peck had to say about these interstate highways was this. He would say, Jimmy, he said, these interstate highways are a river of gold. You just have to figure out how to make that river of gold to pull over to you. And I say all that to say this. He was totally correct in everything that he said. However, the number one factor for business and industry to locate in your area is something that most of you are already going to know. Is that you must have a qualified and abundant workforce. UACCH has positioned itself to be able to provide workforce services and training to adjust quickly with this economic environment. And what you also have to know is this fact is extremely, extremely important because the Arkansas legislature and the governor They want to provide avenues for the citizens of this state and these areas to get jobs, go to work, and help build that American dream. We want to continue as the legislature to provide funding and scholarships for our qualified and our performing students to get 2- and 4-year degrees. But we are also looking in developing legislation that will provide non-traditional type students an avenue to secure possibly a certificate of proficiency or a technical certificate to help them to get a career and a paycheck. Because of UACCH's vision and foresight, Southwest Arkansas is going to be a great, great beneficiary of those legislative efforts. I just thank you for allowing me to have such a small part in a great decision. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Hickey. And now it is my honor to present to you our Congressman from the 4th Congressional District, Congressman Bruce Westerman.
Well, it's a good day. What a great day to be here. And you know, if Chris were just a little more excited about this, I think it would be a successful project. But I toured here while it was under construction, and he was excited then, but the excitement's almost overtaken him today. And that's fantastic, because what makes a good education are good facilities and the people behind those facilities. And I know that his passion for this project, his passion for this school here will carry over to the instructors, to the students, and I look to see great things come out of this facility in this institution. We have a couple of treasures in Arkansas, and today is a day that I think that we're going to see a meshing of those treasures. And the first one I'm very biased towards, unashamedly biased towards, and it's University of Arkansas. It's the university system that we have here in the state, my alma mater. I played for the Razorbacks, but we're not talking about the Razorbacks today. We're talking about the educational institution of the university. Dr. Bobbitt, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support of this project. As I look at the treasure that we have in the University of Arkansas, I see this as another jewel in the treasure chest that we have here in Texarkana today. The other treasure that we have is Texarkana and Southwest Arkansas, and it's been alluded to a little bit, but this area is ripe for growth. If you look at the logistics with the interstate system, someday we're going to get Interstate 49 down from Fort Smith all the way to Texarkana, and as we know, it's already down into Louisiana. I was meeting this morning with the Red River Commission, talking about what we can do to get the river navigable all the way on up to Texarkana, and the huge economic benefit that would have. You've got 3 railroads that come through this area. You've got abundant natural resources, you've got good people, you've got all the ingredients that are needed for great economic development. And this ceremony that we're celebrating today is just kind of a cherry on top of all that. It all goes into the equation. I'm excited about what the future holds for this area. Before I was in Congress, I was in the state legislature, worked with Senator Hickey, with Representative Hickerson back there, Representative Talley from the area, and you've got great people representing you and representing your needs in Little Rock, and I know they will continue to do that. So it's a good day to celebrate, a great day to be here. You're providing education for the type of jobs that are greatly needed. I know you've got a welding program, some health services areas that will be here in the curriculum here, and other things that are just exciting for the area and will be great for job growth and economic development in this region. Give yourselves a hand. Let's celebrate and enjoy the day.
They have me bad and clean up. Thank you, Congressman Westerman, and welcome to Senator Hickey, Representative Hickerson, Mayor Bell, Trustee John Goodson, Chancellor Thomason, and each of you for spending time with us today. On behalf of the University of Arkansas system, it's great to be here today celebrating the addition of Professions Building to the University of Arkansas Texarkana campus. And we're very proud to have the University of Arkansas Community College at Hope and its campuses in Hope and Texarkana. It's a key part of the University of Arkansas system. System's reach across Arkansas extends through its 12 academic institutions, the state's only academic medical center, and such key contributors to the state's economy as the Division of Agriculture and the Criminal Justice Institute. Today's ceremony signifies the Board of Trustees' continuing strong commitment to the state and to this region. But today is not just about a building. Rather, it's about expanding opportunity. Today marks a significant addition of opportunity for future generations right here in Texarkana. The opening of this 20,000-foot state-of-the-art professions building marks new opportunities for technical and industrial training. It allows for the offering of evening classes for allied health, and it marks the presence of the University of Arkansas Little Rock and their 4-year programs here in Texarkana. The opportunities made possible with this new building help exemplify the University of Arkansas System's commitment to Texarkana and to the region. The value of higher education for economic prosperity, both for the individual, their families, and their communities, has never been greater. The University of Arkansas is proud of its mission to serve Arkansas and Arkansans by educating individuals, strengthening families and communities they reside in, and creating economic opportunities for future generations. We're excited about the future of the I-30 corridor, about Texarkana, the University of Arkansas's growing footprint in this region, and the University of Arkansas U of A Way, which now serves as the home for UAMS, UAOR, and the U of A Texarkana. So thank you again for joining us today. As you can tell, the Chancellor and all of us who are associated with the University of Arkansas are excited about this opportunity. And now I'd like for you to join me in the cold as we will officially cut the building, open this building. At the conclusion of that ceremony, student docents are placed around the building who will help you as you self-tour and understand what sort of amazing educational opportunities are presented in this building. So please join us outside now for the ribbon cutting.